Tum.
Tum Tum. Anyway, yeah, it was on. I recorded Tum Tum.
Tum Tum. Okay.
Anyways, hey, how's it going, everyone? This is Drayko the Psychic here with who's this?
It's Bryan.
Bryan
From Tum Tum.
from Tum Tum. All right, and what did you do tonight?
So I got third place at locals with Fluffals.
Yeah, Tim was pretty surprised that someone got third place with Fluffals. I always like Fluffals. I kind of wanted to run the deck, but it just did not have enough juice until Rise of the Duelists. So anyways, let's take a look at this.
Yeah, so let's go to the deck profile. So 2 dogs. Dog is basically your Stratos. You can either search a Fluffle or a Edge of Sabers. And the cool combo with dog is that you can search, if you're going first, you can go for a sheep and then make Anaconda and go to Dragoon if you want to do that, if you're going for a going first build. But I play going second build. You have 3 penguins. The reason for the penguins at 3 is because penguin, he lets you, he's a double summon for a Fluffle, so you can double summon another monster. And plus, if you use him for fusion material, he draw 2, discard 1. So he helps you go through your deck faster and get into more of your combo pieces. 2 dolphin. Dolphin's insanely broken. If there's a toy vendor in graveyard, you can set the toy vendor and then Foolish Burial a Fluffle or Edge of Sabers, and then 9 times out of 10 you either want to Foolish the Wings or Edge of Sabers, because then you could go Wings combo. Speaking of wings, just 2 wings. 3 is not, because honestly you only ever resolve it twice, and if they DD Crow or I don't know, for some reason they hit you with a Call by the Grave, you have an extra one in there. 2 bear gets you to your toy vendor, sets toy vendor. One ofs are a owl and sheep. Owl allows you to search for a poly, or in the scenario in which you can't use spells or you've run through all your polys, worst case scenario, Fluffle Owl confusion from field by paying 500 life points. So there's that. Sheep is nice. Sheep specials from hand if you have a Fluffle on field to push for extra damage or use as link material. So there's that. That's a Fluffle lineup real quick. And the good combo with if you have dog and a dolphin, penguin and dolphin, you can normal penguin, special dolphin, go to Bahamut and go for toad. So there's that. That's what I like to do if they make me go first. For the Edge Imp lineup, we have 3 Scythe. So Scythe lets you fusion from hand or field, and you're always gonna go for Cruel Whale. Cruel Whale pops a card on you and your opponent's side of the field. So you could pop Cruel Whale and then protect him with Scythe. Scythe allows you to protect any Fluffle from battle or card effect.
Fluffle? So that means...
No, I need Fright Fur.
Okay, I was about to say.
So yeah, no, Scythe is your hand trap, plus it lets you fusion into other Fright Fur cards, so there's that.
Is it during any main phase or just the opponent's?
It's during the opponent's main phase. That's when you can use a quick effect from hand, not your main phase. It would be nice though. You have 3 Chain. Chain allows you to search for the other Fright Fur cards in your deck, which we'll get into later. What Chain is so good is because if you pitch it off of Toy Vendor, no worries, you're going to end up getting a search anyway. So Chain is busted. Helps you search to more game pieces. You have 1 of the Sabers. You only need 1 Sabers. Sabers can special itself from the deck, and you have multiple ways.
Deck? Wait, what?
From the graveyard.
Okay, I was about to say.
And it can special stuff from the graveyard, and you can Foolish it from the deck with Dolphin, or you could search it off of Toy Vendor or Dog. So you have multiple ways of getting Sabers to hand or graveyard. 3 Ash. Ash is always live. I mean, people always like to add or special summon from deck, so that's why the 3 Ash. 2 Crow. Reason for Crow, it's actually pretty good this format, especially against Eldritch. If they send their Eldritch to the graveyard, you can just Crow away their Eldritch, and that usually stops them. Or if you're going up against Dogmatica, you can Crow their Alistair, stop them there. Crow just has a lot of uses that I liked, so 2, might bump it up to 3. Heart and Soul of the deck, Toy Vendor, not a once per turn. Toy Vendor is just so great, especially with wings. And the reason that I really like playing this deck is because if you have these 2 cards, you go Fluffle Bear, set the Toy Vendor, activate Toy Vendor, pitch Wings. Doesn't really matter what you get off the pitch, because you can use Wings, banish Bear, draw 1, Said Toy Vendor, draw one more. Toy Vendor search, and you've gone
+2.
+2. So busted. 3. There's no debate.
Yeah.
What else we got? 2 Patrick. The reason for 2 Patrick is because it's searchable off of Egypt chain. And I needed to cut down the deck space to get it down to 41. Yeah, it's a +1. It searches a poly and an Egypt, so
It's basically the pre-preparation.
it is pre-prep, and like it's searchable pre-prep, so that's even better.
Yeah.
Then you have 1 repair. Repair, if you draw into it, it doesn't matter because repair can be an extender in your hand or in the graveyard. Because with Cruel Whale, once you summon Cruel Whale, if he were to be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can use his second effect, which is a quick effect, to dump a Frightfur card from your extra deck or deck to the graveyard. And what repair does in the graveyard is you can banish it to special Fluffle from hand to extend further, or if it's in your hand, you can shuffle back a Frightfur card from your graveyard to the extra deck to special summon a Fluffle from grave. So repair has a bunch of uses. I love repair. So I don't even get mad if it's in my hand. It's actually not bad. One of the Frightfur fusion. This is either an Anaconda target or a Egypt chain target. It has its uses. Most of the time you either use this to push for game with Wolf or Egypt. No, not with Egypt. Either with Wolf or Kraken. So just one of it since it's searchable. 3 poly. It's a fusion deck, so you need 3 poly or else you're kind of dead.
Yeah.
You have 2 of the burial goods. I was playing 3, but I need to cut it down some cards. Burial goods is a starter. You send your Egypt. No, you can send your Toy Vendor search, and you can either start off with whatever you're missing. Ideally, this is a full combo because you can Foolish Burial, go for Toy Vendor, search out Penguin, or you can go vice versa. Do Foolish Burial, Toy Vendor, search out Dolphin, because that way you can still normal Penguin, special Dolphin set the edge, send the wings, go into a Bahamut, Dolphin, wings plus Dolphin to banish and start plussing. So goods is good. Goods is good. Let's see what else we got. So I'm playing a going second build. So I'm playing Dark Hole, Twin Twisters, and Harpies. In this meta, it's no longer like the last meta where we were going full negate combo boards. Most of the time right now, we're either ending on a bunch of traps or we're ending on VFD. And the thing is, with Virtual World and a bunch of other decks that do make VFD, they sit on VFD Pass, or for Zoo, they sit on, what's it called? Divine Arsenal Pass.
Zeus.
So, yeah, and they don't have protection effects, so you can just Dark Hole the board and then do your Fluffle stuff to get set up for the next turn, and then just break their board the next turn. Harpy and Twin Twister, amazing. Like, because you can draw so much into the deck, there's a very high percentage that if you don't have this in hand, you'll draw into it or thin out your deck such that you do draw into it. So that's why I play them. I might switch out the Dark Hole for a Regeki, but I can't complain too much about these. These are the going second cards. As for the extra deck, you have 3 Cruel Whale. Cruel Whale is best card. With Scythe, it allows you to pop a monster or a card on the field. So if it's main phase 1 and your opponent's going first and they set a trap or a spell, you can Cruel Whale to pop that in itself, protect itself with Scythe. 1 Tiger. Tiger really gets over trap decks and stuff like to set, because Tiger can pop up to the number of times that it had fusion materials. So if I use 3, I can pop 3 cards on the field. Also, Tiger can pop your own Toy Vendor to extend your own combos if it comes down to it.
You can target any card on the field?
Any card on the field.
Oh, wow.
So your own field as well. 2 Kraken. Kraken is really good because not only can it attack twice, but it can also send a card on the field to the graveyard, that thus bypassing immune to destruction effects. The only caveat to that is that Kraken can't attack the turn it does that. But if you fusion Kraken plus any other card to get Sabretooth, Sabretooth will revive Kraken, and Kraken has forgotten that it's used its send effect, so then you can attack with Kraken directly. Sabretooth's a nice extender. fusion with any of the... It requires 1 Frightfur fusion plus a Fluffal or Edge Imp, and then it revives a Frightfur card from the graveyard. If you use 3 or more materials, Frightfur Sabertooth can't be destroyed by battle or card effects. So that comes up sometimes, but more often than not, people just banish it, so it feels bad. You have Wolf. Wolf for game is hilarious.
Yeah.
on an empty board or a board with no negates, I can just plow my way through sheer attack power with everything else, and then use Frightfur Fusion. Basically, use my whole graveyard for Wolf and attack for game.
Yeah, no one expects the Wolf for game.
Nobody expects Wolf for game. Dragoon. So Dragoon's not in the main deck. It's in the side deck, so that's why Dragoon's...
It's just there.
It's just there.
It's just there as a field setter, just to flex.
Code with Bahamut. So with Dolphin, Introduction, and Rise of the Duelist, we can now use Bahamut, because before Penguin could only special summon from the hand another Fluffal other than Penguin. But now that we have Dolphin, we have 2 waters on the field to make Toad. I was playing a going first build, and most of the time you could insulate yourself from Nibiru or another hand trap by going Bahamut, Toad, and then you could just end up comboing off from there. If you're going first, most of the time you can always end up just 1 Omni Negate with Toad, which is nice.
Yeah, because if you put in Dragoon, it's still the same thing.
Yeah. Abyss Dweller. Abyss Dweller is pretty good in this format. There's a lot of graveyard effects going on, so if you Abyss Dweller into a deck that you know has graveyard effects, you can just shut them down completely. Especially helpful for Outledge. Best card in the format right now, True King.
You dodging the ban list so many times.
You can make True King off of 2 whales, so that's why whales also helpful to make True King.
Going first.
Yeah, going first. You have Nightmare Phoenix just to get some extra spell destruction. Fluffals really struggles against trap and spells, so if you can have another way to get spells and traps without having to use a polymerization, that's nice. And then you have Verte. Verte is not only good for Dragoon, but just getting Frightfur Fusion in the graveyard for that extra push. Then we have the side deck.
Have you ever resolved Verde Anaconda without using Red Eyes Fusion?
Yeah, I use it for Frightfur Fusion all the time.
Has it come up?
Yeah, it has come up. On an empty board state, I've gone for Verte for game. So we have a Kaiju package of Gamma,
Doggeran,
and Raiden. 3 Kaijus because I play 2 Kaiju Slumber. Kaiju is just to get over problem cards or for control matchups with Sky Striker. Just give them a Gamma and then can't activate any of their spell or trap effects.
A Gamma?
Sorry, Gamma Seal. You have 2 of the Interrupted Kaiju Slumbers, which is pretty good because you can either... What I've found out with the Interrupted Kaiju Slumbers, which is pretty good, is that if you have Penguin, Scythe... Where is Scythe? I think he's over here.
I think he's in your deck.
Yeah, Penguin, Scythe, and the Interrupted Kaiju Slumber, you can make a Cruel Whale to interrupt them. Penguin's a draw to discard 1. And then you can discard the Kaiju Slumber, and then on your next turn you can search for one of the Kaijus with the Kaiju Slumber that you sent to the graveyard. I haven't found myself using the Kaiju package a lot, so I think I might switch this out for something else.
Have you ever used the Kaijus against Dragoon recently?
No, I've not. Usually I just get over Dragoon through sheer attack power, because Fluffals can just start stacking attacks on top of each other. The Dragoon package, Red Eyes, Dark Magician, and Red Eyes Fusion.
That's where they are.
The only reason I'm done playing these in the main deck is because if I pitch them off of Toy Vendor, I'm done for. I can recycle Red Eyes Fusion with Dolphin, but I don't have any way to get Dark Magician or Red Eyes back into the deck or field, so that's why I side it. A Droplet, 1, because I'm just bored. Droplet is good because Droplet can ascend your Toy Vendor or your Egypt Chain, which will trigger their effects. So that's why I like Droplet. If possible, 3, but for the time being, 1. Cosmics to get rid of some more back row. That's basically it.
And Mystic Mine.
And Mystic Mine, yeah.
Mainly Mystic.
3 D barriers. So with the D barrier, For this format, I thought it'd be pretty good because if you go up against Zeus, call Xyz, Drytron, call Ritual, most other decks you can call anything because Link spammy decks aren't that popular anymore. Although probably I think I'm going to switch these out for a more impactful card such as Summon Limit. I think that's what I would switch this out for.
Would Summon Limit really help you?
Yes, because if I activate Summon Limit, and I can get rid of it through my own effects, Tiger or Whale, and I can just lock my opponent out of the extra deck. But I'll experiment more with this. This is interchangeable. But yeah, that's the Fluffle deck. It was pretty good. I only lost to the top player there, so.
All right, what were your matchups? There was like 4 of them.
Yeah, so first matchup was against True Drayko Monarchs. And that's where the side cards go in very well. Because against True Drayko Monarchs, he had some set cards and he ended on Inspector Border. So you just Dark Hole, I had Dark Hole, got rid of the Inspector Border, blew through everything else and just pushed for game. True Drayko Monarchs is not that bad. Even with the domain lock, it's still not that bad. What was the second matchup?
It was me.
Was it you? Oh yeah. What did you do? I don't remember. I think you made VFD.
Yeah, I made VFD, and I did lock you out of game 2.
Yeah. So the second game with Summoned Owl, he VFD'd me, so I got a Poly in hand, and then I can't remember if I did Dark Hole on you that turn.
Yeah, you Dark Holed me, you Harpy Feather Duster me, and you attacked for game.
Game 3 was kind of scary though, because he did. Was that rank 9 that you made?
It was. Was it a? It was when you had Dragoon out, right?
Yeah.
It was Enter Blapnir.
Yeah, so he did that, and then I got rid of it with a Cruel Whale, and then attacked for game. So that wasn't too bad. Game 3, that's the one I lost. It was against Invoked Outlich. I drew my go in second cards. I drew Harpies and Dark Hole, so I was able to win that game easily. But he's much better at siding than me, so he beat me pretty easily. Game 4 was against... It was also against Outlich, the Invokes, but that game had the upper hand because I literally had just played it. So... yeah, Fluff is pretty good right now with the current meta. What I would suggest is that if you wanna play it, I really truly believe going second Fluffles is the way to go, because with Fluffles on an empty board, attacking for game is pretty easy.
Yeah. Any changes you would make to this deck?
Let's see.
Would you play the little Artifact Scythe engine?
The Artifact Scythe engine. So this is my caveat against the Artifact Scythe engine, because you can use 2 Fluffles, go for Dagda, set Scythe, and then pop it with Cruel Whale. But in the current metagame, it's just a lot of control decks, and those extra decks that do exist. There's a bunch of outs to Scythe. You got. What do we got? Dark Ruler No More, Droplets. What else you got? I don't know.
How would Dark Ruler No More out Scythe?
Dark Ruler No More will negate Scythe.
Yeah, but Scythe auto activates on summon. Yeah, when special summon during your opponent's turn, your opponent can't extra deck.
Oh, okay. I might try it, but honestly, I don't know.
I have Dagda and Scythe at home, so...
I have Dagda and Scythe in my Thunder Dragon deck. Let's see. Other changes. Change out the D barriers.
For more droplets. Get more money at what do we call it?
Tum Tum.
Tum Tum.
Yeah, but no, Fluffles is a pretty good option. I actually think it's also pretty budget too, to be honest. So the most expensive card in the deck is Kraken, but Kraken's $10.
Yeah.
And outside the Fluffle Frightfur lineup, the most other expensive cards are Toad and Red Eyes.
Don't worry, I got the gold lettering Toad for the maximum gold.
Yeah, Toad is like $2 now, so that doesn't even matter. It's just a Dragoon, and you don't even need to play Dragoon. I feel like you can find better cards in the extra deck than Dragoon. So if you do have better options, just comment on the video and I might test them out.
All right. So, anything else you want to say for this video?
We're gonna go and get first next tournament. That's the plan.
All right. You gonna get dropless by then?
Hopefully.
You gonna lend them to me for a moment?
You're gonna let me draw on Lockbirds?
Yeah, I'll let you draw on Lockbirds.
Oh, that's the other thing. Definitely side draw on Lockbirds.
Yeah, I sided that against him. What did that do for you?
It hurts the deck because you just add like crazy. So if you draw on Lockbird, you almost essentially lose with Fluffals, but it's not that bad to be honest.
Yeah, it was a misplay on my part that I drolled at the wrong part.
Yeah.
I thought it was just like I could just chain droll.
No, you have to do it on the addition of a card.
Yeah. Anyways, anything you want to say for the channel?
Fluffals best deck. Oh, also sponsored by Waterburger.
Oh yeah, Waterburger let us film here.